Hey guys, Waffle RC Squared. Thank you for tuning in again for yet another review. I'm really excited about this one because all of my trucks that I've had have been used. And I came across a really good deal that I really couldn't pass up. So I actually bought my first brand new RC. Fresh out of the box. This is I'm kind of like a kid at Christmas. This is a new experience for me, definitely, because I've never gotten anything brand new as far as RCs are concerned. As I've said in my other videos, I have like 14 vehicles and they've all been used. So you're going to get to experience this along with me today. What I got was a Redcat 1/5 scale brushless Chimera EP Pro. Like I said, it was a really good deal. I couldn't pass it up. So we're going to do a full unboxing and review on this vehicle today. So I hope you like it. As you can see, this box is huge. It's on a full-size coffee table. It's taking up the whole table. Let's see what we got going on. Wow, this thing's pretty big. Alright, so got instruction manual, your basic binding plug. I have no idea what these are. 2 foam inserts for something. Guess we'll figure that out once I get into the instructions or whatnot. Flag, optional flag to put on there. Guess it makes it look racy. I wonder if it's like those 20-mile-per-hour decals. It makes it go faster. Decal sheet. Wow. I can't get over the size of this thing being electric. It's definitely bigger than or at least it looks bigger than the 1/5 scale buggy, shredder buggy that I have. Yeah. Let's see what we can do about getting this out of here. It's definitely going to be a task. This, or if this was just a spacer. I think it was just a spacer. Yep, nothing in that. Alright. Here's some things moving around in this. Looks like the radio and such here. tools. We'll get into that in a minute. Alright. So, came with the standard Redcat radio, 2.4 gigahertz, rebadged Fly Sky radio. Fly Sky's not too bad. I own one. They do the job. All the trims and settings for the radio. Again, typical Fly Sky setup. Not too bad. Came in the box here. May end up losing charge on the camera here, so we may have to charge up and come back in a few minutes to finish this up. Interesting wheel wrench design. Kind of cheapy, but it works. It's looking like 23 millimeter lugs, hexes. Could be wrong. Allen wrench toolkit. Pretty basic. LiPo balance charger and plug. Won't be keeping that. We'll be selling that. That's it for that. Alright. Let's pull this side off so y'all can get a look at the truck itself. Dude, this thing is freaking huge. There's anything in this box. Go ahead and double check. No, that one's okay. Alright. Alright. So first glance and first opinion of the vehicle. Man, it looks tough. Huge shocks. The body panels the body's in different panel sections. So I guess if you crack one piece, you've only got to replace one piece. You don't have to buy a whole body. The plastic seems pretty stiff, pretty good plastic. Wing, nice tires, nice thick tread, fully adjustable shocks. Front and back, fully adjustable. Wow, I just can't get over the size of this thing. It's a pretty big vehicle. The suspension it's pretty stiff suspension. Good rebound, good dampening. Not too shabby for a Redcat. All aluminum shocks. Nice, thick, heavy-duty shock shafts. Look like they can take a beating. So let's get down into this. It's already missing a screw back here. I wonder if that's in the bag here. I don't know, again, I'll get into that later. Or maybe it's not supposed to have a screw in it. Maybe it's just a post or something. I don't know, again. I have to check on that later. Let's pull these side panels off. take a peek under the chassis. From the looks of it, these side panels come off, and you can get into where the batteries are. That looks like a straight up pain in the ass to get to if you wanted to get down in this thing and actually work on it. Wow. So I don't know if you can see down in there. Not really. But you can see down in there where the batteries and all are. There's one on each side. It's a dual setup. It came with dual 3S LiPo. Get a good, see if you can see the motor in there. Again, this thing is pretty massive. Came with 3900, 11.1, 25C LiPos. Made by Hexfly. Never heard of them. Seems like a really, I'm gonna say it's 120, maybe even 150 amp ESC. And this thing is just massive. Right off the bat, I can tell you I don't like the way that this is set up as far as being able to get into the vehicle. Not too impressed with that. So what we're going to do is we're going to take a break while I take all these panels off so we can get down into the chassis and take a look. Alright guys, welcome back. While we took the break, I charged the battery and the camera, and we took the chassis off, or the roll cage rather. It was a pain in the butt to take this thing off. I mean, it really wasn't too bad, but to me, I mean, something should be a little bit easier to get to. So I guess that's going to be my first complaint about this vehicle, is you have to completely remove the roll cage in order to get to the batteries and the speed control and so forth. I mean, you can reach the batteries through the sides when you take the side body panels off to pull them in and out, and the on switch is easily accessible from there. But if you want to program the speed control or you know, just generally work on the vehicle, you got to remove the whole roll cage. So to me, it's kind of tedious, kind of a pain in the butt, because you got to remove the rear shocks, and then 4 screws on each side to pull it off. But once you do that, it just pops right off, one solid piece. So there is a great deal of bulk going on in here. Huge rear shocks, as you can see. I was correct, it was 150 amp ESC. 2 3S LiPo batteries came with the truck. Center diff, no transmission. Set this back down real quick. Having to be kind of easy with it because I had the suspension taken off, so I don't want to slam the rear end down on the table and damage my table. There's a huge steering servo in here. There weren't any labels on it or any specifications in the manual, so I did go online and do a little research during the break, so I give y'all a little bit better info. It is a 1/5 scale high torque Metal Gear servo in here. It is waterproof. The radio, the receiver casing is a water sealed case. The ESC, however, is what Redcat badges as splash proof. I don't know how far I would trust that. So like with all of my other vehicles, I won't be running this in any kind of wet conditions. Even though things say they're waterproof, I still don't trust them 100%. Because once you start getting into water and everything, you start having bearings fail. And that's just not something I want to deal with. Again, as I've said in previous videos, less downtime means more fun time for me. So with that said, let's get a little bit deeper into this. Huge motor heatsink. It's actually, instead of the half sleeve that you normally see, it's actually a full sleeve on the motor, and then the fins coming off for the half sleeve, so it actually has to slide on the motor. So in order to take that off, you actually physically have to unbolt the motor and slide it, versus where you can just pop them on and off. I don't know if that's going to be a better design as far as heat transfer or not, but we'll see when I go to run it. Center diff, I'm hoping it performs the same way that the rest of my trucks that have the center diff. Good launches, more traction to the ground, less front end movement as far as coming off the ground. This is the first fifth scale that I have come across that I've peaked at that only has a single steering servo, so I'm hoping this thing has enough torque to give me the response that I'm looking for my steering. It does come with fully adjustable toe in and out, and then camber settings, and it also comes with fully adjustable camber settings on the rear. Four-wheel drive. I did make myself a few notes, so I'm going to kind of cheat a little bit. It's a 980 kilovolt brushless motor. It came with a 10-tooth pinion stock, 41-tooth spur stock. Not quite sure the gear ratio and the diffs. Again, it is four-wheel drive. It has a 500 millimeter wheelbase, so it's a pretty large vehicle. Already told you about the 150 amp ESC and the deal with the splash proof ESC. It's got an aluminum chassis with plastic side rails, splash guards, whatnot. Again, as expressed before, nice big tires, nice deep tread. So once I'm going to do a few upgrades to it before I actually run it. Only because and they're not really upgrades, it's just my anal retentiveness about my things and wanting to keep them in good condition. I'm going to get some shock socks before I go running it, so that the shocks don't get dirty right away, so that the O-rings will last a little longer, keeps the dirt off the shafts from going in and out of the shock. That's probably honestly the only thing I'll do to it before I run it, is just the shock socks. The CVDs are all steel all the way around. Extremely thick, look pretty heavy duty. Nice thick drive cups. Again, the only complaint that I have with this vehicle at this point is not being able to get into the chassis as easily. Having to unbolt the entire roll cage and the rear shocks just seems kind of tedious to me to be able to get into this thing. But it is what it is. I couldn't beat the price. It sells for $879.99 plus shipping on Redcat's website. I got it from a Redcat dealer at cost for $630 shipped to my door. So I can't really complain with so much. So we're going to, I'm going to put this thing back together, order some shock socks for it. When those come in, I'll put those on, and we'll get another a video of its maiden voyage out in the yard and see how it performs. Again, subscribe, Waffle RC Squared. I hope y'all have enjoyed the video as much as I've enjoyed doing it. It being my first brand new RC straight out of the box, it's kind of enjoyable for me. It was like a little kid at Christmas. So see you guys next time.